Most people believe that walking more is the key to staying healthy after age 70. And while walking certainly plays an important role in staying active, what if I told you that some doctors are now warning seniors not to rely on walking alone? It might sound surprising, even controversial, but the truth is if walking is your only form of exercise after 70, you could be unknowingly accelerating aging instead of slowing it down. Let me explain why. As we grow older, our bodies face new challenges. Muscles begin to weaken, joints lose flexibility, and the risk of falls increases. Walking is good, but it simply doesn't address all of these issues. In fact, relying too much on walking while neglecting other essential types of movement may actually increase your risk of injury, fatigue, and long-term decline. That's why today more and more health experts are saying that after 70, it's time to walk less and focus more on 5 critical priorities that help preserve your strength, balance, mobility, and independence. And the good news, these adjustments aren't complicated. In fact, they're simple, accessible, and can make a life-changing difference. To bring this idea to life, let me tell you the story of Franklin, a 76-year-old retired teacher living in a quiet coastal town in Oregon. For years, Franklin was proud of the fact that he walked 3 miles a day along the beach. He believed it was the key to his good health. Rain or shine, he made that walk. His neighbors often saw him in his windbreaker and ball cap striding with purpose past the dunes. But over time, Franklin began to notice something unsettling. One morning, as he tried to carry a laundry basket up the stairs, he realized his arms felt unusually weak. The basket wasn't heavy yet. He had to pause halfway to catch his breath. A few days later, he found himself struggling to stand up from the floor after reaching for a dropped coin. He brushed it off as just getting older, but deep down, something didn't feel right. Concerned, Franklin mentioned it to his doctor during a routine checkup. The doctor listened carefully, then performed a few simple strength and balance tests. The results surprised them both. Franklin's muscle mass had significantly declined. His grip strength was lower than average, and his core stability was weak. The culprit, sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle that naturally occurs with age, especially after 70. What shocked Franklin the most was learning that walking, while beneficial, wasn't enough to maintain his strength. "You've kept your legs moving," his doctor said gently, "but your muscles haven't been challenged. Without resistance, the muscles slowly weaken." The solution wasn't to stop walking, it was to start doing something more. Franklin decided to take his doctor's advice seriously. He began incorporating light strength training into his daily routine. At first, he started small bodyweight squats at the kitchen counter, resistance band curls, while watching the news, and simple dumbbell lifts with soup cans. He even began doing seated leg raises and core tightening exercises in his recliner. It wasn't easy at first, but he committed to just 10 minutes a day. Within weeks, Franklin noticed changes. His arms felt firmer, his legs stopped tiring so quickly. He could once again stand up from the floor without effort, and he didn't need to pause halfway up the stairs anymore. Even his posture improved. More than that, he felt more confident, stable, and independent. "It's like I got a part of myself back," he later told a friend. And Franklin's experience isn't unique. Doctors now emphasize that after 70, strength training isn't optional, it's essential. Building and maintaining muscle mass helps reduce the risk of falls, improves balance, enhances bone density, and even supports brain health. Research has shown that seniors who engage in strength training at least twice a week enjoy better mobility, stronger immune systems, and longer, healthier lives. But strength training doesn't mean you need a gym membership or heavy weights. It can be as simple as using resistance bands, lifting light household objects, or doing bodyweight movements like squats, step-ups, and wall push-ups. The key is progressive resistance, gradually increasing the effort required so that your muscles stay active and strong. Here's a quick test you can do right now. Sit in a sturdy chair and try standing up without using your hands. Can you do it easily? If so, that's a good sign that your lower body strength is still intact. But if you struggle or feel unsteady, it may be time to add strength-building exercises to your routine. It's never too late to start. Whether you're 70, 75, or 85, your muscles will respond to movement. Strength training is one of the most powerful ways to fight aging, and it only takes a few minutes a day. You don't need special equipment or fancy routines, just consistency and the willingness to care for your body in a new way. So if you're someone who's been relying on walking as your only form of exercise, consider this your gentle wake-up call. Walking is good, but your body needs more. It needs strength, it needs balance, it needs support. And you can give it that just like Franklin did. If you found value in this message and you're still with us, go ahead and comment the number 1 below to let me know you're here. That tells me these insights are reaching the right people. Now let's continue and explore the next critical movement that every senior should prioritize after 70. Balance-specific exercises play a crucial role in keeping us steady, especially as we grow older. Without them, even a minor misstep can lead to a fall that takes months or even years to fully recover from. Think about the last time you stood on one foot to put on a sock or reached up to grab something off a high shelf. Did you feel stable and confident, or did you instinctively reach for support? Many older adults don't realize their balance is declining until they experience a close call, an almost fall that shakes their confidence and leaves them walking with caution. That's exactly what happened to Frank, a 77-year-old retired teacher living in Sarasota, Florida. Frank had always been active. He walked along the beach every morning and did light yard work around his home. But one afternoon, as he stepped off a curb in town, his foot landed at a slightly awkward angle. For a split second, his body wobbled and his heart jumped. He caught himself before falling, but the moment rattled him. "I've walked this street 100 times," he told his wife that evening, "but suddenly I didn't trust my own footing." That unsettling moment became a wake-up call. He realized he'd been so focused on staying active through walking that he had neglected something just as important, his balance. At his next doctor's appointment, Frank shared what had happened. His physician gently explained that balance isn't something that remains strong on its own. It's something that must be trained, especially after age 70. He recommended that Frank begin incorporating simple balance exercises into his daily routine. These weren't complex gym workouts or routines requiring expensive equipment. They were gentle, purposeful movements, standing on one foot while brushing his teeth, slowly shifting his weight side to side, walking heel to toe in a straight line across his living room. Within weeks, Frank began noticing subtle improvements. His steps felt more grounded. He no longer needed to hold onto the banister quite as tightly when going down the stairs. More importantly, his confidence returned. He felt steadier, not only in his body, but also in his mind, less worried about unexpected stumbles, and more assured that he could move through the world safely and independently. The beauty of balance exercises is their simplicity and their profound impact. They don't require a gym membership or fancy gear. Just a few minutes a day of intentional movement can dramatically improve your stability. Better balance goes hand in hand with improved posture, quicker reflexes, and better overall coordination. You'll notice everyday tasks become easier, whether it's navigating a crowded grocery store, stepping into the shower, or bending down to pick something up from the floor. If you'd like to assess your current balance, try this simple test. Stand near a counter or sturdy chair for safety. Lift one foot off the ground and hold the position for 10 seconds. If you can do this easily, that's a great sign. But if you find yourself struggling to stay upright, or if your foot quickly returns to the floor, it may be time to take your balance more seriously. Balance is one of those hidden strengths we don't think about until we lose it. But the encouraging news is that it can be improved at any age. Just like muscles, the body's stabilizing systems respond to training. And just like Frank, you don't have to wait for a scare to start. Whether you've already experienced a fall or simply want to prevent one in the future, the best time to begin is now. Training your balance isn't just about preventing falls either. It's about maintaining your freedom. Every step you take confidently is one more step toward living life on your own terms. Whether that means dancing at a family wedding, strolling through a farmer's market, or exploring a new destination. Think of balance exercises as an investment in your future, one that pays off every single day. Frank's story is not unique. Many older adults experience similar moments of vulnerability and self-doubt, but not all take action. What made Frank different was his willingness to adapt. He realized that walking while valuable wasn't the complete answer to aging well. His story reminds us that aging gracefully doesn't mean doing less. It means doing what matters most for our changing bodies. Incorporating balance training into your routine doesn't have to be complicated. Try standing on one foot while waiting for your coffee to brew. Walk in a straight line from one end of the hallway to the other, heel to toe, like you're walking a tightrope. Shift your weight side to side while watching TV or brushing your hair. These small, mindful movements, when practiced consistently, can build the kind of stability that keeps you safe, strong, and independent. It's also important to note that better balance helps reduce fear. Many seniors become hesitant after a near fall. They walk more slowly, avoid certain activities, or rely too heavily on canes or furniture for support. This hesitancy creates a cycle. Less movement leads to weaker muscles and poorer balance, which increases the risk of falling. By actively training your balance, you break that cycle. You regain control. So if you've been focusing solely on walking, it may be time to expand your routine. Walking is wonderful for the heart and lungs, but it doesn't train the small, stabilizing muscles in your ankles, feet, and core that are essential for preventing falls. Balance-specific movements fill that gap. And remember, these exercises are gentle, low impact, and suitable for nearly everyone. Before we move on to the next point, let's pause and reflect. Are you feeling confident in your ability to stand on one foot, to reach, bend, twist, and turn without second-guessing your stability? If the answer is no, it's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Every day you commit to training your balance is a day you invest in your well-being. Just like Frank in Florida, you can take back your confidence one steady step at a time. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going. If you're still here watching, that tells me one thing. You truly care about your health and your independence. So please type the number 3 in the comments to let me know you're still with us. Now let's move on to one of the most overlooked but absolutely essential areas after 70, core and posture strength. You might think I'm walking daily, so I must be doing okay, but let's pause for a second. Walking is great for your legs and general activity, but it barely touches your core, and that's a problem. You see, the core isn't just about visible abs or fitness magazines. It's your body's center of gravity, your foundation. And after 70, that foundation starts to weaken unless you actively train it. A strong core stabilizes your spine, keeps you upright, prevents you from hunching over, and protects you from one of the greatest threats to your independence, falling. Without it, you might start noticing little things: aching lower backs, slouched shoulders, or an increasing tendency to use your hands to get up from a chair. These signs are your body's quiet cry for help. Let me tell you about someone who learned this lesson the hard way. Meet Susan, a 76-year-old widow living in Portland, Oregon. She'd always considered herself active. She took long walks through the local park every morning, rain or shine. But slowly she began noticing changes. Her lower back ached more than usual, and standing for long periods in the kitchen while cooking became difficult. She started avoiding stairs, not because her legs hurt, but because her balance felt off, and she feared losing her footing. One day, as she leaned forward to pick up a dropped spoon, a sharp pain shot through her lower back, nearly dropping her to the ground. It was a wake-up call. Her doctor later explained that while her legs were doing fine from all the walking, her core muscles, the deep ones that stabilize her spine, had weakened over the years. That weakness was throwing off her posture, straining her joints, and putting her at greater risk of falls. The solution wasn't another long walk. It was time to train her core. She started small. Each morning before her walk, Susan stood against a wall, making sure her heels, hips, shoulders, and head touched it. It felt strange at first, like she was forcing herself upright, but that was the point. She was retraining her muscles to support her body the way they were meant to. She added in gentle, seated pelvic tilts, practicing slowly tilting her pelvis back and forth to activate her lower abs. She also began doing simple chair-based abdominal bracing, drawing her belly button gently inward while breathing steadily. Within weeks, things began to change. Her back pain diminished. She stood taller, her breathing improved, and the fear that had quietly crept into her life, fear of falling, fear of not being able to care for herself, began to fade. Susan discovered that core training didn't require a gym or any expensive equipment. Just a little intention, a few minutes a day, and consistency. So how do you know where your own core strength stands right now? Here's a simple test. Stand against a wall and see if you can keep your head, shoulders, and hips in contact with the surface. Does it feel natural, or are you forcing yourself to stay straight? If holding that position feels uncomfortable, it's a sign your posture and core strength may need some love. And if you're thinking, it's too late for me, let me assure you it's not. Research shows that seniors who engage in core strengthening see improvements in balance, mobility, and even digestion. Yes, your abdominal muscles also play a role in supporting internal organs, which means better gut health and fewer discomforts. Simple movements can make a world of difference. Try slow torso twists while seated, or practice engaging your abs while sitting upright at the edge of a chair. Even lifting one leg slightly off the ground while tightening your core can be an effective starting point. These small actions, when done consistently, begin to reawaken the muscle groups that time often silences. What's most important to remember is this posture and core strength aren't just about looking good. They're about living well. They help you move confidently, avoid injuries, and maintain the kind of presence that says, I may be older, but I'm far from done. After all, you deserve to feel proud when you look in the mirror, not hunched over, not aching, but standing tall and strong. If walking has been your only form of exercise, this is your invitation to go deeper. Literally, into your core, because it's not just about how far you can walk, but how strong you feel when you stand still. Don't wait for pain or a fall to force you into action. You have the power right now to build the strength that protects everything else. If this part of the video resonated with you, let me know in the comments by typing the number 3. Your journey towards strength and stability can start today with one step closer to a stronger, more confident you. Elaine, a 79-year-old retired librarian living in Asheville, North Carolina, had always prided herself on staying active. She took long walks every morning through the hilly trails near her home, believing that consistent movement was the key to preserving her health. But over the years, she began to notice something unsettling. Her knees felt stiff by the time she returned home, and her lower back ached even after simple chores. At first, she dismissed it as part of getting older. But when the discomfort became a daily nuisance, her doctor gently explained that while walking was beneficial, relying on it alone, especially on uneven terrain, could place too much repetitive strain on her joints. Instead of asking her to stop moving, the doctor recommended a shift. Incorporate low-impact exercises that would strengthen her body without adding pressure to her joints. Elaine, hesitant but open-minded, began with gentle aquatic classes at her community center. The water supported her movements, easing the strain on her knees while allowing her to stretch and strengthen. She also started cycling on a stationary bike twice a week and added a short Tai Chi routine in the mornings for balance and coordination. Within just a few weeks, the difference was noticeable. The nagging pain in her back lessened. Her knees felt more stable. More importantly, her fear of movement of doing harm began to fade. She realized that protecting her joints didn't mean giving up activity. It meant choosing the right kind of movement that nurtured rather than stressed her body. Low-impact, joint-friendly movement. Movements don't require expensive equipment or memberships. Activities like swimming, cycling, gentle yoga, Tai Chi, or even basic chair stretches are powerful tools. They help increase blood flow, reduce stiffness, and strengthen the muscles around your joints, all without excessive pressure. If you're unsure how your joints are holding up, try this quick test. Sit in a chair, then slowly stand up without using your hands. Pay close attention to how your knees and hips feel. Do they move easily, or is there stiffness or discomfort? If something doesn't feel right, that's your body sending a signal. It needs more support and gentler movement. Caring for your joints isn't just about pain management. It's about maintaining mobility, independence, and the ability to enjoy everyday moments, whether it's gardening, playing with your grandkids, or simply climbing stairs without hesitation. Elaine discovered that a small shift in her routine brought big results in her comfort, confidence, and outlook on aging. So if you've been relying solely on walking to stay fit, it might be time to reevaluate your routine. Prioritize your joint health. Introduce low-impact exercises that strengthen and protect instead of pushing your body beyond what it needs. Movement should feel empowering, not painful. If this video has helped you rethink your approach to aging and mobility, please comment the number 5 below. We love hearing your insights and stories. It encourages others too. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this helpful. We're committed to bringing you more ways to age with strength, confidence, and dignity. See you in the next video. As I reflect on Elaine's story, I can't help but see parts of my own life mirrored in her experience. Like her, I've always believed that staying active through daily walking was enough to keep my body healthy. But lately, I've started noticing stiffness in my knees and a dull ache in my lower back after even moderate walks. It's easy to shrug it off as normal aging, but the truth is, just like Elaine, I may be over-relying on walking while neglecting the deeper needs of my joints and muscles. Her journey taught me that movement alone isn't the full solution. It's about moving smart. I now understand that integrating low-impact exercises like water, aerobics, stretching, and even seated yoga could protect my joints and reduce the wear and tear I've started to feel. It's not about doing less, it's about doing better. Elaine didn't stop moving, she adapted. And that's what I need to do too. From today, and I'm making it a goal to add simple, joint-friendly movements into my daily routine, especially to those that reduce impact and build strength around my knees and hips. I'll also start paying closer attention to how my body feels after each activity, using discomfort not as a reason to quit, but as feedback on what needs support. Aging isn't about slowing down, it's about moving differently. Elaine's story has given me the motivation and clarity to make smarter, more supportive choices. And I believe if I start now, I can stay active, independent, and pain-free well into the years ahead. Thank you for staying with us until the end of this video. If these insights have helped you see aging and exercise in a new light, we'd love to hear from you. Your experience and thoughts truly matter. If you found the video helpful, inspiring, or eye-opening in any way, please take a moment to comment the number 9 below. It lets us know you're here engaged and finding a value in what we share. If the video didn't quite meet your expectations, that's okay too. Simply give us a like to let us know you're still supporting the journey. Your feedback, whether through comments or a simple click, helps us grow and improve so we can continue to create content that truly supports your health and independence after 70. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.